Okay. I have another one for you guys, and this is about frenemies. Okay, we all have frenemies, but a lot of times they are disguised into the perfect coworker or a friend. Ooh. Anyway, I'm going to share with you some of the signs that you are dealing with a frenemy. Your friends that are not your friends, but they are your enemy. Your coworkers who act like your friends, but they are your enemies. Just looking for that opportunity to be able to capture on your progress and your success. That's what frenemies are. So let me share with you some of the points about frenemies. And I wrote some things here that I want to share with you. And that is going to be number one. Okay? What you have to be looking out for. Do you find that they celebrate with you your wins? They do? Not really. Pay close attention, and you're going to see that when they are celebrating with you, they are not celebrating. They are acting all innocent. They might be a little uncomfortable. They are going to say, "Oh, yes, congratulations," but the joy is a little different. The celebration is a little different. There is something that they're holding back because they're uncomfortable, but they want you to think that they are excited for you. It is how you get the promotion they're going to be asking. They're going to be asking details about the project. Who did you connect with? How did you got the project? How did you started it? Like just specific details. And let me tell you something. If they're your coworkers, most of the time you have similar skills. Well, we all don't have the same skills, that is obvious. But you have similar skills, and the way that they're asking, a lot of time they're asking questions, they're acting like they already know the answer, but they just want to confirm the answer with you. Okay, that kind of people. And then the other one, they are not inspired by what you are doing. They are just trying to get the intel. They are just trying to find out how. And even when they learn the how, they are not going to give credit. They will tell you that they've been giving you credit. Oh, they're talking to everybody about how you have been helping them and all that. But in reality, they're not doing that. Behind your back, they posting it like they actually gave you the idea. Like everything that you presented, your success was based on their input, when in reality is not. But in front of you, they're always going to say that. And one of the other things that they do is that they are going to be like, "Oh, I agree with you." And when they are in a group with people, if you are the go-to person, if you are the person that people are actually looking at for answers, they are going to try to show that they are in agreement with you. Whenever they have a conversation, they are going to say, "Oh, this, I agree with this person on this. And I was telling this person this." Oh, I don't want to like mention names, you know what I mean? But they're going to do things like that because they want to have people look at them the way they are looking at you, if that is positive. Of course, this is all of the positive, assuming that you're doing a good job, assuming that you are good at what you do, assuming that you're going above and beyond. It is what I do in my job. I always go above and beyond. I am proactive. I do not wait for other people to assign me a project. I actually am always brainstorming and thinking, what is the next great thing I can do? And I take action, and then I share those action with my supervisors or with my team or whatever. And a lot of times what happened is that frenemies, they struggle because no matter how much they try and no matter how much they try to pull information from you, they cannot think like you. because our brain works differently. And someone that is proactive, as myself, it's not going to work the same as someone that is reactive, always waiting for someone to say go. I do not wait for someone to say go. I create the goal line. And then people move forward based on that goal line. Okay? So that's what's going to happen. Frenemies are afraid of people that are proactive. You need to be studying. You need to be ahead of the game. You need to be learning consistently. And it's not that I'm telling you that you want to make yourself proactive just so that you can build frenemies. No, 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 no. If you are doing what you are supposed to be doing, which is providing quality at work, or even in your life, if your life is just being proactive, where you are growing and you are making strides in your life, you are actually flying in your life, in everything that you do. You are going to find these frenemies in your personal life or at work. And believe me, you might even find them at church. Yeah, at church. Especially, they're going to be with the Bible on one hand, okay? And with the hypocrisy on the other. They are all over the place. But it is important for you to identify them so that you know not to stay away from them, but so that you know how to communicate with them. Okay? That's what prepare yourself. Don't make them don't trust them with everything that you do. You can share, but don't share things with them that you believe that if someone find out later is going to harm you, because frenemies will always use anything, any leverage that you give them, any leverage that you give them, they're going to use it. Especially what happened with frenemies is that, and this is not the tip number two, I'm still on number one, you know I'm talking about. But what happened with frenemies is that if they ever stop talking to you, everybody is going to know everything that you told them, especially all the bad things that you told them, especially about your life, or if something that is going to affect somebody. So always be thinking that a friend, a co-worker can become a frenemy at any time in your life. So you have to be careful what you share. It doesn't matter if you share it at work or if you share it in your personal life. You have to be careful, even at church, like I said. Frenemies are all over the place. And that's the reason why we must consistently ask God for discernment. Because a lot of us have wisdom, but a lot of us don't have discernment. And when you don't have discernment, what happens is that you might have a good heart and you might help and help and help, and that person will take advantage of you because you have a good heart. You can have a good heart, but if you have a good heart and you have discernment, you will be able to identify these frenemies, and instead of pushing them away, you are going to manage them properly, not just pushing them away, because they can help you with your work. You have to work with them. It's not like you have a choice. Or it can be someone in your family that is your friend, but it's a family member. And no matter if you stop talking to them, they are still going to be a family member. So some of those people you might not be able to get rid of, but if you have discernment, you will be able to manage them properly. Let me give you another tip about frenemy. Frenemy, when you fail, okay, a frenemy is the first to comfort you. Yes, and you will think that they're being your friend, but don't don't doubt yourself when this happened, because when this happened we might think someone is a frenemy, and when something bad happened they they might come and comfort us, and we was like, oh, I was thinking bad about you. No, because when things are not going good in your life, They are very happy. They are very happy. They feel like they have the upper hand. They are a little off because, you know, at times if you pay attention, especially make sure you have a mirror close to you when you think someone is a frenemy, and it's going to be like in those movies when you see that there is a ghost in the mirror and you can see like this person is this way, but when you look in the mirror, the person is moving in a different way. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's like similar, because if you pay attention to them, you are going to see that they totally act different. Especially like if you are crying, they're gonna be sobbing with you. But look in the mirror. When they are not looking at you, they might be smiling. Their eyes might be like just so joyful because you are in pain. But when you're looking at them, they're crying with you. They're hurting with you. Oh, they are empathetic with you. Oh, they're suffering with you, but it's not true. Okay? So you have to be careful with those frenemies. They in this part where they really love when you fall. Um, they get a lot of satisfaction out of it. Um, when you succeed, ah, they are very uncomfortable with it. Very, very uncomfortable. Um, they will. Let's see here. What I wrote here. They will act like they are allies, but they really going to push um to feel that they're above you. And if they are caught in the moment where you might be able to notice something that they are doing, you might be able to notice that, oh, maybe this person is not real, they're going to change really fast. They're going to try to act it out, and they're going to try to show that, that there's something, that they really love you, that they really care. And they are so sorry that you did not succeed in this, and you will try again, while they're going, I know, she was in better than me. He was in better than me. I mean, that's how they act. It's just like, and again, I am always going to post it like that, like ghosts, or, like when you see like demons, they will present themselves as they are angels of light, but in the background, they are laughing at your downfall, and they are just like waiting for that opportunity. I can actually just picture them just like you had fallen, kind of a deal like that. Just picture your frenemies that way. Okay? You definitely have to picture them that way. One thing you have to be clear about: frenemies, they need chaos in order to feel relevant. Have you ever heard that someone say, "Oh, I heard some people talking about you," and they tell you just a little bit of it, but I defended you, I protected you, I was not agreeing it, I don't. They try to take it that way, but in reality, what they're doing is that they are trying to cause trouble. They are trying to instigate, so to stir you up. And they are the same people that are going to be like trying to make you paranoid about the situation, either with other friends, family members, or of course at work. They are always going to try to make it look like you are very difficult to work with. Anyway, they're trying to get you out of the game, right? That whole thing of divide and conquer, that's exactly what they are trying to do. They are trying to tarnish your name, tarnish your character in order to replace you. That's what they are trying to do. And you have to be very careful with these frenemies, especially as soon as they come and tell you, I defended you. Why did they spread the message in the first place? One thing that I have is like when someone come to me and they said, Julia said this. I said, okay, hold on a second. Let me call Julia. I bring Julia into the conversation. Don't play with me. I used to play this game when I was younger because I did not know better. But now, as soon as someone said, this person said this, I let you know I'm going to ask this person exactly what it is, and I need you to be there. I don't want to go through this process of this one said and the other one said, and I do not like playing that game. I'm going to go directly to the source. If it is a boss that said something, I'm going to go directly to the source. If it is the coworker that said something, I'm going to go directly to the source. I don't play games about it. I can do it very respectfully, but I want you to know that I know your game. I want you to know that I know who I am, and I do not need anyone to defend me. Sometimes it is needed when you are in a meeting. Example, if you are in a meeting, right, and you hear someone is talking about another coworker, right? At that moment, all you have to say is, I think you should bring in that person into the conversation, or I think we should pause this meeting and make sure that that person is part of the conversation. That's what you should do. Or let's not make a decision at this point until that person has been, the information had reached to this person so that they can make their own decisions. That's how you need to be handling that. Not like, well, she said, and this said, and I heard, because you are trying to pose it like you are their hero or something like that, when in reality you are not. You are just trying to present it in a way that make you look better. So you do not want to do that. We want to hold ourselves accountable that we don't become that frenemy for other people. I know at some point in my life I was a frenemy, especially when I was younger and I was stepping on heads just to be able to get up to the ladder. Now, because God have worked on me, let me tell you, He had to work on me. And He have shown me the kind of person that I want to be versus the kind of person that I was. And you can too. If you find yourself to be a frenemy right now, you can change. You People that are frenemies are very hypocritical. And let me tell you something. You cannot have peace when you are hypocritical. You cannot sleep well. Things that are not going to go well for you. And temporarily, they're going to look like it is happening. It is working out. You step on someone's head and, oh, you are successful. But it's all temporary because there's a God out there. Some people believe in karma. Some people believe in the law of attraction. I believe in God. And I know that everything that someone does to me, is going to go right back to them and multiplied by the way that they do it to me. Because I know that the bad thing that I have done in my life, if I have hurt somebody, I receive my punishment. And I know, I can tell you, because when it came, I was like, I remember I did this one. And it came harder. So you do not want to be a frenemy, and you want to be careful with the frenemies that you have in your life. I'm not saying run away and be scared of them. No, 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 no. Because God is powerful and He can protect you from anyone and anything. And the devil is greater than them, but the devil used them to get to you. So you have to be careful with the frenemies. Okay? Now, let me give you another one here. The frenemies, they compete with your shadow. Okay? They will always try to sabotage the quality of your work. They are always going to have some accident that happened. They are going to share your private struggles with people, so don't be sharing your private struggles with them. Suddenly, they will become besties with other people that maybe don't like you. Mm-hmm. That happen often. And if you call them out, they're going to be too sensitive. Or they now became a victim and you are accusing them wrongly and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Enemies always want to compete in shadow mode. Always. They are not going to be upfront. They are extremely backstabbing and hypocritical. Okay? And you will say, why do you want to have those people around you? And I will say, they are there in your life because they're going to help you become better. They're going to help you grow. They're going to help you become a better leader. Leaders have frenemies around them all the time. And if you are doing a great job at work or in your personal life, whatever it is, you do it to the best of your knowledge. You always go above and beyond. And a frenemy is always going to push you to do more because they want you to do more so that they can claim your work. And that's the reason why you have to track everything. You have to not only track it, but document your details. I usually send myself screenshots of my work when I'm working to my personal self so that I keep track of the date of the sample, copies of things then that people said. I keep track of everything. Okay? Even when supposedly I'm sharing something personal, I share something personal that I believe that if that something personal is shared with everyone, I'm not going to be embarrassed. But one thing about frenemies, they are very toxic. They always have the most horrible stories. Everyone is against them. Everyone have problem with them. They are the victims of their circumstances in their personal life, in their whatever. They are always a victim. That is a sign of a frenemy. If you have people in your life that are always have this victim mentality mode, do you not think that eventually they're going to turn it on you? Huh? They will. They will turn that victimhood on you. So when you are trying to be nice to them and protect them and help them, at some point, they want to become you. They want what you have. They want what they want to speak like you. Everything. They just, if they could just become you, they will become you. And that's exactly some of the things that I am experiencing. Frenemies are copycats. If they could just become you, if they can just take your brain out or take who you are and become you, they will do it. But they cannot. And that's the reason why they will try to pattern you, learn from you, and destroy you if you let them. But if you have made it this far, it means you're smart. If you actually have frenemies, that means you're doing something right. So they cannot win the battle over you if you have discernment. If you have discernment, you're going to be able to pinpoint the issue that they're having. And when you are in fear, you run away from them. When you are in fear, you cut them off. I used to do that when I was younger. Cut them off as soon as I discover a frenemy. I don't do that anymore. I show them who's the boss. I show them because I am proven to myself it's okay. Because what happened is that when we are afraid, we are saying that that person is more powerful than we are. And the only person that is more powerful than me is God. No one. else, because my strength comes from God. Therefore, there's no one else more powerful than me after God. And once you have that in your mind, you are protected. Protected by the Holy Spirit, protected by the angels, but make sure that you are doing the right thing. Make sure that you are doing your part. Make sure that you are doing everything that you can not to become a frenemy. Deal with them, don't become them. And that's how we need to protect ourselves. Do not become like frenemies. One thing, frenemies also, they always have this guilt trip going on. They what they call it now, gaslighters. They're very good gaslighters. I don't use that word often, but yeah, frenemies tend to be very much like that, especially in business. They will call you, um, what is it that I put here? They will call you not a team player. They will call you not a team player. They will try to make you look like you are not a team player. Why is that? They will try to make you look like you are not a team player, because when you are proactive and you are brainstorming things and you are doing things and you are starting whatever it is that you're doing, if you are starting everything, you are not being a team player because you did not include them. If they didn't think about it, how can you include them? Because once you might, like me, right? Once my brain is on something, I start creating things. I'm just like pop, 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 pop. And I'm just like making things happen, right? And then they want to make it look like, yeah, this person did not include me. This person did not work with me. Person did not collaborate with me. Really? Because you're waiting to be told what to do. I don't wait to be told what to do. I am a creator. I am a strategic person. I make things happen. I don't sit around and wait for people to tell me what to do. God give me the brain, the discernment, the wisdom to be able to come up with ideas and just like, frenemies are afraid of that, because no matter how much they pull from you, no matter how much intel they get from you, they don't have your brain. They don't have your experience. They don't have your skills. They don't have what you have, no matter how much they try. And that's the reason why they will shadow you. They will be hypocritical. They will do everything they can. And when they see that they cannot anymore, the last resort is to be victims. Oh, they cry. That person is not helping me. Oh, that person is not including me. I am. One thing about me versus a frenemy is that when I don't know something, I learn. I ask questions. The internet is big. I go and learn and educate myself. Frenemies, they sit around waiting for someone to come teach them something. And then you can be on the same page when you first started. A frenemy is right here. And because you are educating yourself, you keep growing. And then they ask you a question, they grow a little bit. They ask you a question, but you are always going to be ahead of the game because you are learning, because you're educating yourself. And all they are doing is that they are trying to copy you. And in the fact that they're trying to copy you, they cannot move forward because they are copycats, not your original. So they have this problem of insecurity because they're still trying to become you instead of doing the best to become them. So I have many frenemies in my life, okay? Many. And I would say many because you don't have a choice when you are working, when you have a partnership, when you're working as a consultant, you are going to encounter these people. But stand your ground, be the best that you can be, and always give your best, but without giving them the power to talk bad about you. And the only way they're going to talk about you if you are feeding them ammunition that you do not need to be feeding them with. I'm talking about if you are telling them things about your own personal life, about your skills that they should not know. Don't. No matter how you are training people, never give them all your secrets. Don't matter how much friends you have, never tell them everything about you. Your best friend is you. And I'm not saying don't have friends, because let me tell you, I have a lot of good friends. And because of my husband, many years ago, I remember I had this friend that I really thought it was my friend. Okay. And then we had a problem. And that friend started gaslighting me. And then we ended up coming apart. It hurt me so much. I cried so much. And my husband said to me, at that time, it was not my husband. We were dating. And he said, "Did you love her?" And I said, "Yes." "Was she your real friend?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Then moving forward, if anyone asks you anything about that person, you never talk bad about that person. Even if they talk bad about you, don't talk bad about them to anyone." And I said, "But she's going to talk bad about me and I need to defend myself." He says, "No, you don't need to defend yourself. You know who you are. You know what you stand for. Don't defend yourself with anybody. You know your character. And your character will always come to the light without you needing to prove yourself." And that was hard. Let me tell you, it was so hard to do, but I did it. And when we would go to the club, when my husband, that was my boyfriend at the time, we go to the club, people would ask me, "Oh, I heard that you are this person." At first they started with saying, "Oh, this person said this about you." I'm like, "Oh, really?" And that's all I would say. "Oh, this person said this about you." And then they will say, "How is this person doing?" I said, "Succeeding like she always been successful," and things like that. I would say stuff like that. I would try to say positive things that I knew from before and just leave it like that, right? But things that I knew was true and were positive, and then didn't say much. And then they would say, "But tell me about this." And I would say, "When you see that person, you can ask them." A year later, the same people that was asking me questions that I did not answer them, they came back and tell me, "Do you know that I've been asking you for a long time about this person and you always spoke positive about that person, but that person always spoke bad about you?" And I smiled and I said, "Thank you for telling me. No big deal." And they was like, but they were shocked. They was like, and you know what? That felt so good. I felt like I was flying because I learned that from my husband, which now is my husband, 18 years. And that was something that nobody taught me before that. Because as soon as someone was, I broke up with somebody, I was like bashing them, especially as single moms. When you break up with your ex-husband or whatever, the first thing that you do is that you start talking bad about them. You cannot do that because they're still, especially if you had children with them, they were still part of you. Let them do all their bad talking if they want to. And that's something that my kids was able to learn, is that my ex, he bad talked me and all of that, but through the years they learn who I am. And now they know that no matter what people talk about, their mom is who she is. And their mom is bold. Their mom is going to tell you what she's going to tell you when she's going to tell you. And I don't need anybody to defend me. So, with that said, when it comes to frenemies, don't run away from them. Don't escape. Don't try to, confront them, because they still want to be frenemies. And when you confront them, all they're going to do is like, oh, no, you misjudged me. I didn't mean it that way. Blah, blah, blah. Man or woman. Okay? It's called humans. And when we don't decide what character we want, we choose the bad character. So you need to make a decision of who you want to be and then follow through with it. Because some people, instigators, are going to come and they want to change you and help you become a frenemy. But you need to stand firm and don't become a frenemy. You need to be clear about that. Frenemies are always going to be self-destructive. Frenemies are insecure. Frenemies they're not successful, because even when they have a little bit of success, it leaves them, because it wasn't based on them. It was because they were being a copycat. So anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you about frenemies. Now, leave a comment and let me know. Do you have frenemies in your life? What are some of the things then that your coworkers or your friends or even at church are doing, that there are some signs that maybe I did not cover, and you believe that those people are also frenemies? Anyway, this is your faithful friend Sandra Graves. Please leave a message in the description box. Like I said, if you want to send me an email, you can send me an email to sandragravesevents@gmail.com. And please visit me at www.mysandragraves.com or www.sandragraves.com. You can also find me on Instagram at Single Mom Today. Anyway, like always, don't forget to pray. Bye-bye.